Hello everybody, it's Aaron back from Screen Stars, and I'm here once again to do another review for Geek Legion of Doom, and today's review is for the 2020 horror thriller Agony, a film that is directed by Michele Civetta and it stars Asia Argento. Now this film focuses on Asia Argento's character is Isadora, who learns that her mother has passed. Now she thought her mother died a long time ago, and she has to travel to Tuscany to a villa where her mother was situated in order for her to essentially take over that property. She heads out to Tuscany, confronts her father who'd been lying to her all these years. She takes her husband and daughter to this beautiful villa with all this land associated with it. The locals are very distrusting. The people associated with the villa are acting very strange, and she soon suspects foul play and that there might be like a family mystery that has taken place that she needs to get to the bottom of. Right, what are my thoughts on Agony? Right, well this film I think is, it's got a very European feel to it, which won't be a surprise. It feels very authentic, it's beautifully filmed, and because many of the actors in this film, you know, English is their second language, you know, it's got that real European twang to it. It's got a lot of recognisable European actors in it that you will recognise, certainly. And the performances here, for the most part, are very good. There's only one that stood out to me, and that was the guy playing her husband. Sometimes he was absolutely fine, and other times it just felt like his performance just wasn't on par with the rest of the cast. And I don't know if that's because maybe the director took fewer takes and just was happy and moved on. I don't know if he was just shooting fast and didn't do enough takes, because some of his other takes and other scenes were actually okay. But yeah, the film looks good, feels good, good production values. For me, the story is a story that we've seen an awful lot in this subject matter. You know, a family member dies, person goes to take over, you know, the property or sign the papers, that sort of thing, and then boom, strange things start happening. Now, I think one of the strengths of this film is it kind of keeps it open in a sense of it doesn't feel like a horror film, and it doesn't for that sense, because it's not scary. It's got a couple of thrills in it, which is definitely why it leads more towards a thriller. But I think the horror elements of this film are more associated with mental health, because you do see throughout this film Isadora's mental health drastically collapsing through the progression of the film. It's a slow decline, and by the end of the film it's completely night and day. And a similar thing happened to her mother, as it's reported. So she's convinced that there's a conspiracy going on, and that's her mindset, which is how it's filmed at times, that there is something strange and odd going on. But it also presents the case that this could just be her mental health declining and playing out to its natural conclusion. So it leaves it open in that sense. It says more about mental health than certainly the horror side of this film. I think the problem with this film will be the pacing for many. The subject matter has been covered many times before, and I don't think this film offers enough to this genre to make it stand out and make me to be able to strongly recommend it to any of you, really. For that reason, it doesn't do enough to grip you. The pacing is an issue for this film. It's dreadfully slow at times, and it's confusing as well because of the fact that it's trying to keep it open. You know, it'll present one thing to you through her eyes, and you'll think, there is something going on, and then the next scene it presents something in a reality where a character is behaving completely differently to how they perceived them in a previous scene. So the tone of it is unbalanced in that sense, because you're not sure what you're watching, and it feels a confused film because of it. So it never lays its hat on the horror side of it or the thriller side of it. You're not really sure what the issue is, what the problem is, if the people at the villa are conspiring against her, if there is a real family mystery. Was the mother murdered? Is the father keeping secrets from her? And you never really, I certainly felt, got any resolution from that. The last quarter of this film kind of felt experimental. It kind of felt like it was going down a very artistic route, very interesting visually, but it didn't answer any of the questions that I was seeking for the questions it was posing in the rest of the film. So for that reason, it feels a little bit of an unbalanced film. There are aspects of it that are very, very interesting to watch. Good performances, very authentic looking, and nicely filmed with decent production values, but also very confused and slow paced at the same time. So that is my review for Agony. I hope you liked it. I hope you found it useful. Don't forget to call back on Geek Legion of Doom channel for plenty more reviews very, very soon.